Billion-dollar upgrades are quietly transforming America's airports. And today, we're uncovering 9 of the most ambitious overhauls happening right now. The next time you fly, you might not recognize where you've landed. From sky bridges and robot helpers to entire terminals built from scratch, the US is spending over $70 billion to modernize its airports. But which ones are getting the biggest makeovers? And what surprises are waiting inside? Stick around because some of these changes are a lot closer to takeoff than you think. Before we take off with America's billion-dollar airport upgrades, make sure to check in by subscribing for more stories on global design and construction. The first one on our list is John Glenn Columbus International Airport in Columbus. You might not know this, but its old terminal was built way back in 1958. That's before seatbelts were even required in cars. This means its renovation is justified. Now, a brand new $2 billion terminal is officially under construction. The new space will have 36 gates, 2 for international flights, an impressive pedestrian bridge, curbside drop-offs on 2 levels, and one big streamlined security checkpoint, which was long overdue. It is being built on the site of a former parking lot. Not only that, they are planning a central marketplace with local food because airport snacks need a serious upgrade too. The whole thing is set to be done by 2029 and it will handle up to 13 million passengers a year. But the construction is not going smoothly. There has been tensions between local unions and the airport authority. The unions wanted a binding agreement to guarantee wages and benefits, but the airport chose a flexible deal instead. Still, the builders say they will pay prevailing wages and aim for 25% diversity in contracts. Not everyone's convinced though. Let's see if this airport can reach its final phase of renovation at the promised time now that this tension is causing some delays. A few hundred miles away from the John Glenn International Airport, we have another airport under renovation. It is Pittsburgh International Airport. This airport is getting a $1.5 billion upgrade, and it is almost done, about 80% finished, and is set to open this fall. Now, why the makeover? You see, the old setup was built around US Airways, but that airline pulled out years ago. Ever since, Pittsburgh has been flying solo, so it was time for something new. The new terminal is going to make travel smoother and way more welcoming. How exactly? Well, there will be outdoor terraces, local art, and even robots to help lift heavy bags. The floors are getting hand-designed patterns inspired by local trees, and the ceiling will glow with 4,000 tiny lights shaped like a constellation. The cool thing is that this airport is also a community project. Over 85% of the materials are sourced from the region, and it has already created more than 14,000 jobs without using a single local tax dollar. One amusing thing you will get to witness here is the big glass wall. This will basically work as a giant view deck for the runway. So, what's left to finish? Ticket counters, security, and baggage claim. But yeah, Pittsburgh's about to have one of the most modern airports in the country. And it is opening in September or October of this year. Next is Tampa International Airport. This airport is getting its first new airside terminal in nearly 20 years. And they are going big. What they are constructing is Airside D, which is this shiny new space that will have 16 gates for both domestic and international flights, and is set to open in 2028. The cost is expected to be around $1.5 billion. But this will seem a justified amount when we tell you that they are going to add a massive 600,000 square feet of space in this terminal. This will make it the largest airside at TPA. It will have glass boarding bridges, 2 lounges, new shopping and food spots, and a bright open design with a special area just for international arrivals. But what is really impressive is how it is being built. The terminal is being constructed right on the site of the original Airside D from 1971, which was torn down in 2007. So, in a way, it is a full circle moment. They are expected to serve up to 35 million passengers a year by 2037. After Tampa International, we have Nashville International Airport. To keep up, the airport launched New Horizon, which is a $1.5 billion expansion to handle more flights, more people, and let's be honest, a much smoother travel experience. They are tearing down Concourse A and replacing it with a shiny new 16-gate setup, while Concourse D is getting 5 new gates too. And the fun part is that the end of Concourse D will have an open-air terrace shaped like a vinyl record. That's right, Music City is bringing its theme into the terminal. There will be a restaurant up there too, with skyline views. They're also blasting through rock to improve the roads around the airport, which is a great decision considering how traffic bottlenecks have been a pain for years. After that, we have Sacramento's airport undergoing a $1.3 billion modernization. It's called the SM Forward Project, and the authorities have planned 7 major upgrades. This makes it the biggest expansion since the Big Build, which gave us Terminal B back in 2011. Now they're adding a pedestrian sky bridge with moving sidewalks, also a 5,500 space garage, a new concourse for Terminal A, and more gates on the west side of Terminal B. The project was started in 2024 and it is expected to stretch into 2028. They're also consolidating all rental cars into one building, which means the new part will be free from shuttle chaos. SMF wants to handle 35 million passengers by the 2030s, and they are laying the groundwork now in the perfect way. 2,500 miles west, there's another famous airport undergoing renovation. Wilmington International Airport, or ILM, has 2 major upgrades underway, and they could not be more different. However, they're both equally important. First, there is the $9.8 million terminal expansion, which is focusing on adding a second gate, more space, bigger baggage areas, and yes, finally real dining options. This will double the airport's gate count and boost passenger flow, funded partly by federal infrastructure money. But the interesting thing is that Frontier Scientific Solutions is also building the largest temperature-controlled life sciences facility in North America, right at ILM. It is designed for moving sensitive pharmaceuticals fast, with a free trade zone to speed up customs and cut delays. One project helps you travel smoothly, the other helps save lives. Next we have O'Hare's massive makeover. After years of planning, the city is building a new satellite Concourse 1, which will add new gates and open by 2028. After that, the project will focus on the global terminal, which is about to replace Terminal 2 by 2032. Then comes a new tunnel and a second satellite by 2034. This new setup will give O'Hare 25% more gate capacity, a second customs area, and more space for airlines like United and American to expand. The global terminal will even be designed to group airlines by alliance, which is more efficient for international connections. Right now, early prep work is underway. They have started trenching and putting in temporary structures, while the city lines up funding with a $1 billion bond offer. They have calculated the whole project will cost around $8.5 billion. If all the promised upgrades are delivered, the cost may well be worth it. Another airport currently getting a makeover is Bradley International Airport. It is stepping things up with nearly $243 million in upgrades, which you will definitely notice. First, they're building an 80,000 square foot facility that will house new baggage screening technology and 3 new gates. They are also revamping the entrance and exit areas, creating 2 new corridors that will move passengers more smoothly and free up space at the TSA checkpoint. More space means there will be less stress. International flights are growing too. Breeze Airways made Bradley a hub, and now there are non-stop routes to Jamaica, Mexico, and the Dominican Republic. Bermuda is next. And while Boston and NYC airports stay crowded, Bradley is banking on convenience to win flyers over. They're even eyeing direct service to London. The best part is that these upgrades are funded through airport revenue and ticket fees, and not taxpayer dollars. Finally, we have one of the most famous airports in the USA on this list. JFK Airport in New York is getting a massive $19 billion upgrade. Terminal 1 is the biggest part, with lots of space for shops, food, and even indoor gardens. They're also building new terminals, better roads, and a big transportation center to help people move around more easily. A cool part is that the new design uses solar panels, collects rainwater, and includes smart tech like facial ID for faster security checks. And they're making sure local workers and small businesses are part of the job. To do this, they're including over 400 small companies in this modernization project. All this is happening while flights are still running every day. By 2030, JFK will feel more modern, more local, and way easier to travel through. Big changes are flying in fast. From billion-dollar terminals at JFK and O'Hare to smaller but ambitious upgrades in cities like Wilmington and Sacramento, it's clear that airports across the USA are undergoing a massive transformation. Whether it's improving passenger flow, adding international gates, or just catching up to modern standards, the scale of investment is unlike anything we've seen before. Overall, these projects seem like a much-needed upgrade to America's aging airports, even if some face delays or budget challenges along the way. Which of these airport projects do you think is the most impressive, or maybe even unnecessary? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you're interested in architecture, design, and construction stories from around the world, make sure to explore the rest of the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.